All right, if you're gearing up for a health psychology exam, you are in the exact right place. We are about to do a super fast breakdown of the key models of health that you absolutely, positively need to know. Let's just dive right in.
Okay, look at this. This isn't just some random topic. This is the classic exam question. You're almost guaranteed to see some version of this. So our mission here is to build the perfect answer to that question, piece by piece.
And we're not going to waste a second. No fluff, just the core stuff, laid out so you can get it, remember it, and nail that exam. Let's do this. Okay, first things first, before we can start comparing these big, fancy models of health, we have to get on the same page about what we even mean by the word health. Because trust me, that definition has changed a lot.
For a really long time, the main idea was this binary model. Think of it like a light switch. You're either on, healthy, or you're off, sick. Simple, but pretty limited, right? The much more modern way to think about it is the illness-wellness continuum. Now, health isn't a switch, it's more like a dimmer dial. It's a spectrum, and you can always be moving toward better wellness, even if you're managing a chronic illness.
This whole shift in thinking really got a massive boost from the World Health Organization way back in 1948. I mean, this definition was a game changer. Suddenly, health wasn't just about your body. It included your mental and social well-being. It was positive. Health was about having something good, not just lacking something bad. The only little catch, that word, complete. Critics jumped on that saying, hey, is anyone ever in a state of complete well-being? It sets a pretty impossible bar. And to get even more specific for your exam answer, you need to know the difference between disease and illness. A disease, that's the objective biological thing a doctor can find, like high blood pressure. But illness, that's your subjective, personal feeling of being unwell. And here's the crucial part. You can have a disease, say very early stage cancer, without any illness at all. You feel totally fine. This little distinction is actually key to understanding why the old models just don't cut it anymore.
So, with that groundwork laid, let's get into the first big model. We're starting with the old champion, the powerhouse of Western medicine for a century, the medical model. The medical model, sometimes called the biomedical model, has this one super clear analogy. Your body is a machine. Pretty simple, right? Health just means the machine is running perfectly. Disease is just a breakdown, a malfunction. And the doctor? Well, they're the expert mechanic who pops the hood, finds the broken part, and fixes it. And you know what? We have to give it credit. This model is incredibly good at solving certain kinds of problems. Let's take something like pneumonia. Step 1, find the fault, a specific type of bacteria. Step 2, fix the fault. Give the patient an antibiotic to kill it. And bam, the machine is fixed, it's cured. For those kinds of acute infectious diseases, this approach is literally a lifesaver.
But, and this is the big but, this is the critical question that really shows the cracks in this model. What happens with the things we deal with most today? Stuff like heart disease, diabetes, chronic pain, or mental health issues. These aren't simple, broken parts you can just swap out and call it a day. And this is exactly where the whole thing just breaks down. It's not built for chronic lifestyle-related problems because it totally ignores the psychological stuff, like how stress or your own beliefs can make you sick. It ignores your social world, things like poverty or whether you have friends to lean on. It's stuck in this old idea of mind-body dualism, that your mind and your body are two totally separate things. And maybe worst of all, it makes the patient just a passive body on a table waiting to be fixed instead of an active player in their own health. So the failures of the medical model left this huge gap in how we understood health. And into that gap stepped a much bigger, much more complete idea, the biopsychosocial model. This was proposed back in 1977 by a guy named George Engel. And the core idea of the BPS model is that you just can't understand health by only looking at biology. Nope. Health and illness are the result of a constant, dynamic interaction between our biology, our psychology, and our social world. And the really important word there is interaction. This isn't just a shopping list of 3 separate things. It's about how they all weave together. So, for example, a stressful job, that's a social factor, leads to chronic anxiety, that's a psychological factor, which then raises your blood pressure, that's a biological factor. See? It's all connected. The focus completely shifts from fixing one broken part to treating the whole person. Okay, listen up, because this slide right here, this is basically your entire exam answer, all in one table. This is the critical evaluation. The medical model is looking for one single cause, BPS sees a whole web of interacting factors. The focus shifts from just the disease to the entire person. That old mind-body separation is replaced by connection. The patient goes from being passive to being an active partner, and the goal itself changes. It's no longer just about not being sick, it's about achieving genuine overall well-being. And this brand new idea of health as overall well-being really opened up a whole new can of worms, in a good way. It's not just about what makes people sick anymore, it's about what helps people truly live well and thrive. So let's just quickly get this straight. There's a difference between health and well-being. Health is more of the objective state of your body and mind. But well-being, that's your bigger, more subjective feeling about your overall quality of life. And this is so important. Someone who is managing a chronic condition like diabetes might not be technically 100% healthy in that old school sense, but they can absolutely have a super high level of well-being if their life has purpose, connection, and joy. And in psychology, we generally see two major pathways to that well-being. There's the hedonic approach, which is all about feeling good, chasing happiness, maximizing pleasure. Then there's the eudaimonic approach, which is more about functioning well, living a life of purpose, meaning, and growing as a person. The best part? You don't have to pick one. A truly flourishing life probably has a really good mix of both. Now, if you want some bonus points on your exam, you can mention the holistic model. Think of it as the next evolution of the BPS model. It basically adds one more layer, a spiritual dimension. And let's be clear, spiritual here doesn't have to mean religion. It's about a person's sense of purpose, their guiding values, and feeling connected to something bigger than just themselves. It's a huge piece of the puzzle for resilience and well-being. So, let's wrap this all up. The big takeaway is that our idea of health has gone from being a simple on-off switch to this rich, complex, multidimensional idea of well-being. It's not just about what you don't have, like disease, it's about what you actively build. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Based on all this, what is one non-physical thing you can do this week to actively move that dial toward high-level wellness? Okay, good luck with that exam. You've got this. Thanks for watching.